Live from Orlando, Florida, I'm Adrian Manns at the Money Show. I'm here with my guest, Cotton Graham. He is with G2 Petroleum.
Yes, sir.
And he's a driller. So this is a first interview for me, a driller. Usually we get sort of spec things, but I'm very interested in your business. Tell us a little bit about what you do.
Well, I've got two companies. G2 Petroleum puts capital together through private partners, and we go out and acquire oil and gas properties, drill and develop oil and gas properties. They're very rich in tax incentives for private investors and small oil companies, so that enables us to minimize our tax liability and put capital towards American energy, developing American energy, reducing our dependence on foreign oil.
And how long have you been in the business?
About 25 years now, so I've been doing it for a little
while.
bit.
A little while, yeah.
And
what would you say over time? How's the business changed, the business that you're in?
Well, it's cyclical. It's up and down. Oil prices, are tumultuous. They go up, they go down. You got to ride the wave. I've had a pretty good track record of starting companies when oil prices are at the bottom, developing acreage, drilling wells, bringing oil on, generating cash flow during that time period. And when the oil prices get to a higher level, $75, $80 a barrel, we typically cash out of those fields. And, I've had a track record of being able to do that, and that's what we're doing now, developing historically productive oil fields and having a tremendous amount of success.
Okay, and what's new on the horizon there in North Texas where you're...
Great question, I appreciate that. In 2018 and 2019, we were in the top 3 drillers in the state of Texas for conventional oil wells. We've drilled over 120 shallow conventional oil wells during that time period, and now we're starting to focus on something a little bit deeper, down around 4,000 feet, which has been spearheaded from my team, my geologist, Mr. Barry Hanks, and my petroleum engineer, Michael Villalba. We've got some acreage that we picked up in the heart of the historically productive KMA oil field, and we're about to start drilling and expecting some pretty big things from it.
So now what's the difference in where does a barrel of oil have to be for it to make sense on one of the shallow wells versus a deep drill?
That's a great question, because that is really a determining factor on if you can make money or not. The wells that I drill, we can still generate profits and aggressive monthly income when oil's at $30 a barrel. They're shallow, conventional oil wells. I own my own operating company, Newport Operating, and that enables me to control everything, all of the contracting, all of the drilling, all of the working on the wells, scheduling of the properties. So by controlling all of that, I'm able to streamline my process, have AFEs with minimal expense. So by being able to control everything, I'm able to pass that on to myself and my private partners, which means you're buying wholesale, as opposed to retail. And if that's the case, you don't need tremendous amounts of oil like you do in some of the resource plays. The shale, the horizontal plays. Oil prices have to be over $55, $65 a barrel for those to make sense because of operating expenses and things like that.
Gotcha. Okay, so if people are interested in learning more about G2, where do they go to find?
Please check it out, g2petroleum.com. That's my website. Go there, check it out. I've got some really cool educational videos to show you, from start to finish, what it takes to identify an oil and gas property, acquire leases, drill wells, and manage wells through the life cycle of the property.
Excellent. Well, I'm going to encourage everybody to check that out.
Appreciate that.
We'll be back in a minute with more. So live from the Money Show in Orlando, Florida, this has been Adrian Manns. Stay tuned.